It's crunch time, people, okay? There are only a few shopping days left for the holidays. Don't panic. I'm not panicked. I'm a little panicked. That's okay. Chef Mary from Olive and Finch, along with Barbara McFarlane from Marczyk. So good to see you. Fine Foods, they are both here with some gift ideas, I hear. So Chef Mary, good to see you.
You too.
All right, before we get into the gift ideas, I want to cover some etiquette.
Yeah.
So what are some things we should avoid when gifting?
Well, I mean, there's a lot of things,
Okay.
but the biggest is you gotta avoid waiting until the last minute.
So you're saying what I'm doing right now?
Well, probably what everybody's doing
Yeah,
right
totally,
now.
totally.
Because things, I mean, the good stuff disappears.
Yes.
You know, and I would argue also that avoid trying to get gifts that create more work for the recipient.
Yes.
You know? I mean, I think it's fun to get something for, you know, your daughter or your nephew and, oh, look, it's a Lego and you're gonna put it together and it's gonna be really fun. But don't do that for a girlfriend or, you know, your brother, because he's not gonna want more work.
I don't need all that stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah, okay. So now that we know what sort of stuff to avoid, what should we absolutely be doing when marking off our shopping lists?
Well, I think the first important thing that we have to do is we have to shop local.
Oh, I love that.
We have so many amazing businesses, Marczyk is one of them, that have so many great products, and you can really find a great gift for just about anybody.
And you feel good about what you're doing for the community. That's
Absolutely.
very smart. That's very good. What else? What were you
Well,
gonna say?
and I would argue that, you know, like some of these things have really great stories behind it, you know? So try to find something that has a story, because that just makes the gift so much more meaningful.
Yeah, and they'll remember that memory too as well.
Absolutely.
Okay, Barbara, hello.
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 Let's start with ideas for your ladies in your life. What do you go for?
For the ladies.
For the ladies?
I've brought two things.
Okay.
So I'm going to start with the Big Spoon Pistachio Nut Crunch. Doesn't that sound delicious?
Dang.
So almonds, pistachios, maple syrup, and sea salt. Very clean.
Delicious.
Oddly low in sugar. So here's the deal. You're rushing through your day.
Yeah.
You can't really sit down for an actual meal. You get a couple of spoonfuls of this. The texture's great. The flavor's fabulous. And you can keep going through your day with just a couple of
Bites of it.
spoonfuls, and if you can stop it a couple.
You know I won't.
Good on
I was like,
you.
that's one serving for me. Big spoon. Okay, that's really good.
It happens to me, it happens to all of us. And then chocolate, who doesn't love really delicious chocolate?
That's
for the
in right now
holidays?
too. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's good for you, you know, if you control yourself a little bit. So what I brought today is Wildwood dark chocolate bars.
Yum.
These are my two favorites. We have cardamom, honey, caramel with sea salt is one, and then the other one is a bit of a mouthful. Here I
Okay, let's
go.
hear it.
Salted brown butter Texas pecan brittle.
Hell yes. I
color.
like that. That is very good.
Oh, look at that.
That's,
Isn't
and
that
I like the
beautiful?
texture.
Yeah,
Yeah, you guys
chunks
can
in
see a lot of chunks in there. That's what I like to see, baby. That's right.
And it's got just the right amount of flavors. You know, some of these chocolate bars are getting a little weird, and these are straightforward and delicious, super luxurious. Hide them from the kids. They are not for children.
Do not give them those.
Okay?
Okay.
So that's what I have for the ladies.
Fantastic. Now, moving on to the men, they are very hard to shop for. What do we think? What are we thinking? What are we thinking?
Well, I brought, talk about a product with a story. This is Leopold Brothers, a Denver distiller, Maryland rye. It is 100 proof. So this has a really interesting story. This was made for 100 years. They stopped making it in the 70s. And then the two mad scientists of Denver Distilling, Todd and Scott Leopold, found a recipe from the 70s, from the 1970s, and have started making it again.
Oh, wow.
And it is just
That's a great gift.
fabulous.
That's a great gift with a really great story. Okay, I'm a little bit of a foodie, and I'd love to know to get someone who's also a foodie. I want to look like Barefoot Contessa, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Jeffrey,
You're
here's your
gifting
thing.
for me.
Yeah, exactly. I'm giving it to Chef Mary. What do I do?
There we go. Okay, this is a super geeky foodie gift.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready. I'm ready.
Beans. Beans.
That's the last thing I thought you were going to say.
Beans for Christmas. Here they are, Rancho Gordo Royal Corona beans. They cook up fat and creamy, the texture, the taste. You can put them in soups, you can put them in stews, you can put them in salads. You can serve them with oil and vinegar and herbs. We cannot keep these on the shelf. They're one of our biggest sellers, not just in the bean set, in the entire store.
I bet it's also a good stocking stuffer. It fills out that stocking nicely.
Yeah.
Little beans. And that's very good for you, the beans.
Right.
Very important.
They're having a moment.
They're having their moment. It's like their protein all of a sudden. Yeah. Okay, thank you so much. Chef Mary, Barbara, I love having you here. I want you guys to remember what they said. We want you to shop local this year, and you can find out everything and more at Marczyk's. Don't forget, Chef Mary also has some great grab and go options at Olive Olive and Finch, my absolute favorite. They have 5 locations in the Denver area.